This is your 420 Radio News for Tuesday, November 26, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. Denver Council takes first step toward banning marijuana smoking in public view on private property. From the Denver Channel. Despite opposition from marijuana advocates, Denver City Council voted initial approval Monday night of an ordinance prohibiting people from using pot in a private yard or on a balcony if the user can be seen from the street or sidewalk. In a 7-5 vote, the council passed the measure on first reading. One opponent of the ordinance told the council, quote, "I would rather see police going after serious drug problems than playing security patrol for the Stepford wives," end quote. On the other side of the issue, a parent argued that allowing residents to smoke pot in their front yards, quote, "undermines our conversations with our children by making it appear okay," end quote. Marijuana advocate Mason Tvert, however, says it's ridiculous that people can drink on their own property, but would be prohibited from smoking marijuana in the same locations. The council is expected to easily approve the second vote on the measure next Monday night. 500 toker pot party gets okayed outdoors at Seattle Center. From the Seattle Times. On the first anniversary of legal weed in Washington state, the city will permit a big pot party on the site of Seattle Center's Old Fun Forest amusement park. Pot activist Ben Livingston has the contract to prove it. It's a free adults-only event open to the public at which Livingston plans to have light music, light catering, and outdoor pot smoking by up to 500 people behind a double fence or smoking moat, as the permit says. Quote, "No matter how often you might have smoked weed at Folklife or Bumbershoot, you were civilly disobedient," Livingston said. "This is the first time ever on-site cannabis consumption is permitted at Seattle Center," end quote. Livingston's party will start 3 p.m. and run until 11 p.m. on December 6th. There will be an indoor area for partygoers as well as the outdoor smoking area, he said. He also notes that Pearl Jam's current North American tour will end that same night at nearby Key Arena. Quote, "Hey, if they want to come over," he said, "we could bill them as Hetty Vedder, Stoned Gossard, and Mike McWeedy," end quote. New Jersey lawmaker introduces bill allowing medical marijuana patients to buy from other state programs. From NewJersey.com. Registered medical marijuana patients in New Jersey would be allowed to buy the drug in another state where it's legal and consume it in New Jersey under a bill introduced in the state assembly today. Despite changes in New Jersey law that were meant to make a wider variety of marijuana strains and products available, the two operating medical marijuana dispensaries in the state are not producing edible products yet. Creating a reciprocity agreement between New Jersey and the 19 other states in Washington, D.C. that permit medical marijuana is the next best thing, said Assemblywoman Linda Stender, a Democrat of Union, who introduced the bill. Patients who buy from out-of-state dispensaries must report the quantity of their purchases to the health department and may not exceed the monthly limit recommended by their doctor, according to the bill. Medical marijuana hearings to be held in New York State in December, from Syracuse.com. Democratic lawmakers plan to hold public hearings in Buffalo and Mineola next month on legalizing marijuana for treating medical conditions. The hearings are part of an ongoing push by certain lawmakers in Albany to sanction marijuana cultivation, sales, and use for certain diagnoses like cancer and other debilitating or life-threatening diseases. 20 states in the District of Columbia have established some form of legalization for medical marijuana. In New York, the democratically controlled state assembly has passed a version of legalization in past years. The Senate, run mostly by more conservative members in recent years, has yet to take the issue up for a vote. PolitiFact Florida, medical marijuana easy to get under proposed Florida law, sheriff says. From PolitiFact.com. Grady Judd, president of the Florida Sheriff's Association, wrote an editorial opposing the medical marijuana amendment in the Sun Sentinel, criticizing the ballot measure as essentially marijuana legalization. Quote, "Authors of the amendment have included a truck-sized loophole in the definition of debilitating diseases, which changes the word disease into condition. And what constitutes a valid condition," Judd wrote? "Any condition where the use of marijuana would likely outweigh the potential health risks of someone who claimed to be sick. This means people who alleged minor ailments such as muscle spasms, neck pain, back pain, and even menstrual cramps have qualified for government-sanctioned pot smoking." End quote. Judd said that people with minor ailments could get access to marijuana if Florida's proposed amendment passes next year. He mentioned spasms and other chronic pain as minor conditions, when sometimes those conditions are quite serious. But compared to most other states, Florida's ballot language is flexible because it allows for physicians to determine whether a patient's condition qualifies for a license. We rate Judd's statement as mostly true. This has been your 420 Radio News for Tuesday, November 26, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we go behind the headlines on the report from Washington State Patrol on positive THC tests for drivers and how the media and prohibitionists are inflating those figures to promote a scare where none really exists. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org. We'll be right back. When you are starting